Marvin Elliott. Stemmer Phillips back in play. McAnuff. Foul by Paul Aguilar.
And that's good by Jamaica. Some good, solid possession. There's a switch in a point of attack. Now all of a sudden they draw a foul. The rhythm of the game is broken. This all works in Jamaica's advantage.
Torrenilo. Guardado. Mexico looking to create something on this breakaway. Nothing happened as they try to find Chicharito Hernandez. Pleased Javier Hernandez was after that through ball from Andrés Guardado. Something different that might create an opening. Salcido. Moreno. Too long for Guardado. Too early to call. But what's brewing here in the Estadio Azteca, it's one heck of a surprise.
It's certainly a surprise in that Jamaica's had the better chances. We expected Mexico to have most of the ball, and that has happened. But Jamaica really has created the two best chances of the game.
That was short of a scare as Corona handles the ball. Salcido. Again with Moreno. He's bringing Salcido between the two center backs, trying to push the fullbacks forward.
And you can see Hector Moreno pushing up a little bit higher, sustaining pressure just a little bit higher, trying to pick up the pace of the game. Right?
Look out for this one, Torres Nilo. Guardado playing more in the middle. McAnuff doing his job to clear that one. Will be a throw-in for Mexico. As we hit the 45-minute mark here at Estadio Azteca. No score. Austin tries to save it. As 2 minutes are added on to the first half. Another corner kick for Mexico. We saw them play a lot of short corner kicks against a very tall Danish team last week. They're trying to bring in the ball into the area now. Massa Rodriguez able to put a head on it.
And this is where Jamaica just has to manage the game. With 45 minutes, a couple more minutes of extra time here. They just have to be able to manage the game, go into halftime, tied 0-0, and then think about some of the plans for the second half.
Chicharito's reaction during this first half, John.
He seems frustrated at times, especially with Giovanni Dos Santos. On a couple of occasions, I've seen him trying and communicate better with Giovanni and asking Giovanni to do also some responsibility on defense. I think Chicharito wants him to be up there, but don't forget, Chepo always puts you on the pitch if you can also be a defender.
Here is Chicharito Hernandez. Clip from the back by Jermaine Johnson. The first yellow card of the game is shown to Johnson, Jamaica's number 8. Quick note, if Massa Rodriguez sees a yellow card, he will not be available for Mexico's next game against Honduras. Guardado, Chicharito all alone, heads it. As McAnuff from Cruz Azul man, Javier Aquino, who's now on the field. As we kick off the second half with Alejandro Moreno, John Sutcliffe, Fernando Palomo with you live from Estadio Azteca. Match day 1 of this Six Nation tournament that will qualify 3 automatically to Brazil 2014. Mexico and Jamaica are tied with no score. As we see Javier Aquino has already bid farewell to the blue machine and it's going to the yellow submarine.
He showed very well in the game against Denmark. He was head and shoulder.
There's a foul on Torres Nilo, holding on to the shirt of Gareth McCleary. Free kick for Jamaica. They're looking for Johnson. Osmasa Rodriguez heading the ball out. Hector Moreno clearing it. Foul on Chicharito Hernandez. A lot expected out of Chicharito Hernandez, sitting on 28 goals with the Mexican national side. All over the newspapers this morning as we opened them up. He was the cover boy of this game against Jamaica.
Sometimes it's difficult for a player like Chicharito to make a real difference when you know that other teams come in knowing that Chicharito is the most dangerous player. So they're going to key on him. And he can have a solid game, and it doesn't really matter because the fans here expect for him to get a hat trick every time he shows up.
Herrera, Masa Rodriguez, Hector Moreno. Guardado dropping back as Torres Nilo pushes forward. One touch by Javier Hernandez. Ryan Johnson does the same but misses the ball as Mexico gathers it with Andrés Guardado. Chicharito leaves it short. In the area, Peralta, Herrera! Gigantic Donovan Ricketts in goal for Jamaica. Enormous Ricketts.
And good build-up play here. Good hold-up play by Peralta. Lays it off to Herrera, and Herrera with a magnificent shot, but better save by Donovan Ricketts. Herrera strikes it well, and Ricketts up to the challenge.
There's Oribe Peralta, leading goal scorer. The 2011 Pan Am Games, Peralta! His shot goes wide. It's a corner kick for Mexico. Showing the same, holding on to the ball, having more possession than their opponents, but now trying to finish the play.
And you can see that there's a little bit more urgency going forward. 2 shots on goal right off the bat, starting the second half.
5th corner kick of the match. That was Javier Aquino.
And that was not the best decision he's ever made on a soccer field. You have Jamaica under pressure and you settle for a bouncing ball shot 35 yards out on an angle. Not very good decision.
Donovan Ricketts with the goal kick. Paul Aguilar hits it. Aguilar, one of 5 players on the field that are playing their first ever game in the Six Nation tournament, popularly called the Hex. McAnuff in the box, left it far enough for Herrera to gather it. Aquino or Chicharito outside the box, not as effective.
You said it. For Jamaica, it's ideal if Chicharito is trying to play make outside the box. That's not what he's best at. So if you have him out there on the flank, he really doesn't hurt you out there.
Lamar Phillips, the long kick. Here's Paul Aguilar. No movement at all from the Mexican team trying to find Aquino. Here's Peralta, misses the ball. Too far for Jermaine Johnson. Here's Johnson. Tries to pull forward. Johnson cuts in, misses the ball. He was all alone. His closest teammate was probably 30 yards out as Jermaine Taylor commits a foul on the back of Chicharito Hernandez. It'll be Mexico ball.
And the last attacking play by Jamaica comes again off of a turnover, a silly turnover by Torres Nilo. If Johnson does a little bit better with the ball, he could have created a chance again for Jamaica on the counterattack.
Masa Coulon, Donovan Ricketts has it. You see Luis Fernando Tena alongside Chepo de la Torre, one of the assistant coaches on this team and the head coach of the Mexican team that won gold in London. Spoke to him before this match, asked him what that gold medal has meant to the Mexican national side, to Mexican soccer. He said now they believe they can do anything they set their sights on. They say, you know, we're not going to go now into a tournament just to compete. We're going to win, and that's what they want to do at the Confederations Cup in the middle of the year. Let's go to John Sutcliffe, news on Massa Rodriguez.
Right, Massa's been playing with a bandage on the right hand, and I finally was able to confirm he has a small sprain on the little finger on the right hand. It's something he's been playing other games with, but that's the reason why he has that special protection on the right hand.
Paul Aguilar, he plays it to Massa Rodriguez. Only Iram Mier was left out of the squad that was called up for Denmark last week. The Monterrey defender left out. We brought in a third goalkeeper, Alfredo Talavera. Long-term injuries of Jesus Zavala and Pablo Barrera in particular are the only ones of consideration, or at least around the players that have been called up frequently by Chepo de la Torre.
You know, Fernando, you talked about what the expectations are now for Mexico and some of the statements made by the coaching staff.
Watch out for McAnuff. We'll pick up on your point, Alejandro. McAnuff trying to go away from Aguilar. It was close for McCleary. Far post. Couldn't find that ball, but McAnuff created quite some trouble on Aguilar on the right side of the Mexican defense.
And very positive play by McAnuff. He's able to take the guy one-on-one. He uses his athleticism, his